I am here to help you today. I just want to get to the point about service.
I've always been against service. I'm not really a servant.
I am willing to help you. Are you ready?
Ready. I'm scared.
Are you being sincere with yourself?
I'm learning from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How are you doing? The show is called Method. The show has no script. This is where the real action takes place. Real people, real life stories. And through you, we bring these situations to life. And today, I'm going to discuss the subject of service with you. What's the difference between service and humiliation? And how does the theme of service impact your life on your fulfillment? Stay tuned. Let's examine the scenarios you have concealed. Thank you so much. Today, I am here to serve you, and I am here for you. And today, I want to talk about the theme of service. Theme of service. Numerous people have no idea how to serve. The most that can be entered into the system is, I serve the fatherland. What distinguishes being served from serving someone? Who hasn't felt guilty at some point in their lives? Raise your hands. Finally. Thank goodness. I'm to blame. I feel humiliated. To me, that's humiliating. Could you please explain how you serve people? What do you do?
I help you in realizing your full potential, reconnecting with your true self, and giving yourself permission to live honestly with yourself.
Are you being sincere with yourself?
I learn from you.
Do you permit yourself?
I'm making a faster, stronger effort.
Then where's the fucked up part? Well, something doesn't match. You know that, right? Thank you so much. You are so terrified of being embarrassed. That you do everything you can to avoid serving others. Relationships are the best channel via which you can obtain resources. It's a whole different level of strength. It's a low-level position. Service. Tell me about how you serve people.
I'm just being me. I'm here right now.
Super. What do you do? And how do you benefit people through your activities?
I have an online school for dog owners. I enable people to spend quality time with their dogs.
I take it that the pets don't ruin the apartment?
Among other things, yes.
Hence, dog owners don't become frustrated because they fail to understand their pets. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that it's safe for their kids, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're serving people with?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When I give someone a manicure, for example, I am serving them, yes? I serve a person, and he has well-kept hands. His fingers don't hurt, and burrs don't get in the way. That way he feels more confident. It is evident that it is safer. Because as every female knows, pulling out a long nail can be rather painful when struck. and she serves the people. To be aesthetically pleasing, secure, and clean for them. How are you serving people?
People can sell their services and convey the correct stories about them by taking advantage of online sales skill training.
What's the correct way?
Through attunement with the client. Through gestures, attention, structure, and consistency.
If my understanding is right, you instruct them in manipulation?
Help, not manipulation, is evident. Sometimes you tell someone, hey, this place is really cool. He says, oh, I didn't notice it till you brought it up, so thank you.
So you're not actually training individuals to sell, but rather providing therapy to help them overcome their fear of selling.
Yes, to ensure that nothing terrible happens and that lions won't eat them. The person on the other side of you may also be anxious and frightened of you. It's okay.
I get it. Save everyone.
Yes, I have a lifeguard.
That's cool. And do you understand the difference between salvation and being in service? Do you understand the difference between salvation and service? You are pathetic, therefore I'll save you. Well, I'm the cool one, of course. Or should it be, I serve you?
Not from the position that I'm cool. I'm always learning from somebody too. There are always...
I've got it. That's not it anyway. It's hard so far. Just sit. So I'll try to convey it to you directly, rather than through someone in the audience. I'll try to explain how it works for me. I think it'll be easier that way. God forbid I have enough capacity and the volume of service to do this. Any business you're in, naturally, you frequently make an unconscious mental division between what is worthwhile and what is garbage. And many of you are looking for a destiny. I mean, I want to find something good that's cooler. It will, and I'll be happier doing it than what I'm doing now. I take it you have one of those? That you have some sort of activity. While preparing soup for the children, emptying the garbage, cleaning up, or dropping someone off. Well, that's kind of not very significant, you're thinking. There are some people who do great things. And you strive to cut out all the minor deeds from yourselves and replace them with great ones. So unconsciously, you want to capture that feeling you get when you're serving. But tremendous pride prevents you from accomplishing this. Imagine, in order for you to be here today, and here you are, sitting in these chairs, watching me. You're thinking, so what's the big deal? That's cool. We'll listen to Yulia now and I'll give her flowers. There's a big group of people behind the scenes that are working to make it happen. You can see them. Lots of cameras, directors, volunteers, helpers. And they all serve to keep you comfortable in your chair so that nothing gets in your way. There are even people behind the scenes serving you food. They cook so everything is hot, fresh, delicious for you to eat. And the food they turned out to have, which didn't happen overnight either, or a plant has developed into a salad or whatever. And in order for one lettuce leaf to grow, there are hundreds of people working in the greenhouse where it is grown. This on your plate resembles a lettuce leaf or a glass of milk. You think, no big deal, just a glass of milk, routine. But for a glass of milk to appear, there was a whole cow that had been raised for how many years by how many people? Veterans, assistants, engineers, technologists, milkmaids, just serving people. There's thousands of people out there for you to drink a glass of that milk, and for you to sit in that chair. For you to sit in that chair, you were served by teachers at school. They would come every day and tell you over and over again that 2 times 2 is 4. And this is a blue cube, and this is the red one. They put in their time. And how did your parents serve you? As for your mom, you were growing in her body for 7 months, 9 months, some have almost 10 months. And some of your moms almost died to give birth to you. How many midwives were there? And it's all to serve you, so that today, on this day, you will sit in that chair. People have a lot of opinions about other people, that someone can't be trusted. They're like that. They'll cheat. But why are you so blind that you don't notice how thousands of people help you every day? Stop devaluing the work of others. Stop assuming that others owe you something. How are you serving people?
I don't.
No way. How's that? No way at all?
I'm doing something, but it's not for the benefit of others.
I do something and so skillfully devalue it. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit what I'm doing too, because I definitely think they're all doing something unworthy too.
Yes.
And then the reason is not because you don't serve, but because you don't see.
I don't see what?
Don't see what you're doing. You don't see how you serve. Are you working?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm an energy therapist,
What?
helping people find the path to their souls, helping and saving.
Through energy?
Yes, but it's not a service. That's the way I understand it now.
Why isn't it a service?
There's a struggle inside of me. I've always been against service. In response to instructions to serve your husband, I would respond, no, I'm not a servant. You had me at method.
Wait,
And
wait. Now is a very important moment. Can I put you on stage?
you can. How did I know that?
What's that?
I'm scared.
Have a seat. Let's go back. You said when you were told, serve your husband, you said, no, I'm not a servant, right?
Yes.
Stand up to your full height. My dear, don't you have any associations with what kind of clothes a girl is wearing?
Today's story was student goes to see teacher. I bought this dress yesterday. It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
And there's nothing at all?
It hasn't even been 12 hours since I bought it.
Doesn't that count?
No.
All right. Say a phrase. Say, I acknowledge and accept
I acknowledge and accept
all those in my family
all those in my family
and in my reincarnations
and in my reincarnations
who worked,
who worked,
service personnel,
service personnel.
To the Sultan,
For the Sultan.
for the king,
For the king.
for the queen,
For the queen.
and who was killed for it.
And who was killed for
And
it.
I'm giving them space.
And I'm giving them space.
I embrace the experience.
I embrace the experience.
Exactly the right price.
Exactly the right price.
That I got it.
That I got it.
And I'm giving it space.
And I'm giving it space.
The cool stuff works. Have a seat. The cool stuff works. That the more you reject it, I am not a servant. I'm not really a servant. Walk into a store and buy a dress. The dress code is black and white. And you choose out of all the millions of options of what could have been a maid's dress.
I was just about to leave. That's the last thing I saw.
It doesn't matter. Really, miracles? That's how you can believe in God. It's an illusion that there can be any coincidence in the world. You're so smart that you might casually pick up a maid's dress. You can see I'm not making this up. So you're the same way. And the more you don't embrace service to others, when you go in like that, not like this, but like this. When you confuse that with humiliation, and the more you resist it, believe me, the world has a lot of resources to bend you into a position of servitude, to teach you about service. You can only get up from your knees when you voluntarily kneel and take that stance from the bottom. A position regarding your parents, the most correct position, not, Mom, I'll give you some advice, not, my mom doesn't understand something. And on my knees in front of my mom, and with full knowledge that she's great. My mom is a great woman. My father is a great man. Men of my clan are great men. The women of my clan are great women. Agree, it's a completely different story when you're looking, saying, no, well, she's divorced in the first place. Those were alcoholics. And these ones accomplished nothing. Servants. Some even have the idea of, I'll change everything now. I'll give up my last name. I'll change my first name. I'll change my middle name. I'll change my patronymic. And I'll take away my paternal rights altogether. Terminate paternal rights. Then you find yourself traveling around the world, wondering, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? Go to an astrologer, numerologist, or tarotologist? That's not a bad option. It says you are destined for great things, to rule the state, or become a millionaire, or build a steamship. You're like, ugh, Mommy didn't give birth to a treasure for these. Clean up. I'm not like these people. I took my chance. I have a lot of education in general. I studied at Hogwarts somewhere. And you put on that crown endlessly. Only this crown is already digging into your head until it bleeds. Here we go. How are you?
About me.
Thank you for your honesty. Do you see a way out?
I see it.
Which one?
Take away the pride.
How?
I don't know.
I can help you.
I know.
But will you take it? And again, I know. Let yourself not know.
Here, I don't know.
I can help you. Are you ready?
Ready.
An activist of that stance. How do you feel?
Death.
Say, I'm afraid to die.
I'm afraid to die.
I'm afraid that if I bend,
I'm afraid that if I bend,
I'm going to die just like them.
I'm going to die just like them.
That's why I do everything.
That's why I do everything.
Not to bow my head.
Not to bow my head.
I'm giving it space.
I'm giving it space.
We have another asana. There we go. Hands in namaste and head down.
I didn't think it would be this tough.
Crushing one's pride is very painful. And the world will do it to you anyway. Via, thank you, sweetheart. You know, you're crying and she brings you a tissue. I'll tell you more than that. She's a volunteer here. She's just here because she cares.
I volunteered many times too. I volunteered at an environmental litter pickup. I work as a volunteer. We raised funds for the boys' surgery. I've been volunteering for a year and I'm only now noticing it. I'm doing it for free. Was I the one who served?
Can you imagine? Yes. Did that make them feel better?
Yes.
Did you do it out of self-interest?
No, I didn't receive any financial reward for it.
What did you get?
The realization that I could help someone.
And how's that?
Okay, nice. You don't just live your life.
Do you have purpose in your life?
You have purpose, yes.
However, only your purpose can be in the purpose of others. Your purpose is not who you serve. Because the person you are serving has their own stories. They may reject it completely. He can dispose of it however he sees fit. He can refuse to take it or throw it away. That does not imply that the purpose of your service ends there. It indicates that your assignment is complete. You led God on. You did it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take your seat. Take note of the things that people do for you and start appreciating them. Your husband doesn't take care of you because he has to. Well, he promised he's actually my husband. And each time with gratitude. And men to their wives and girlfriends, thank you for preparing your meals, caring for your children, your mutual children, ironing your shirts and cleaning the house. Not that it's taken for granted, and supposedly it will always be. And every time, every day, a person makes the choice to iron my shirt over and over again. For 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, or a lifetime. Even though you made a pledge 15 years ago, you make that decision every day. And in wealth and poverty, disease and health, it's not for granted. So start taking notice of everything around you. It's not for granted. It is up to the individuals to do so. It's the people who choose to make us food, to take care of your children. You know, I don't see a single kid in the audience here, but I'm sure you have them. And imagine that in order for you to be here, another woman or guy began to serve you and said, "I'll stay. I'll watch. I'll be watching after your offspring while you proceed with this crucial process of yours." I'm going to tell you a scary thing. The total number of people you serve and the number of individuals who serve you equals your success. When I realized that my success was not my success, that my mother had a great stake in my success. She would babysit my daughter when I needed to run off somewhere, fly away, get trained. It's the mother-in-law and father-in-law who played chess with my daughter and donated money for her daycare. Now that she's 6 years old, she has the guts to enter and say, "Mommy, I've been playing chess since I was 3. I'll teach you." Nor did I instruct her in the game of chess. Someone else was doing it. How can the housekeepers help me so I don't have to spend time doing it and can spend more time with you? In addition, my daughter is being cared for by the daycare staff at the moment. I assure you that if something were amiss, I would not be able to guide you through this or talk to you in this manner. They serve without being paid for it. It's an action they repeatedly decide to take. You shouldn't take other people for granted. They might vanish. You didn't have time to express your gratitude or acknowledge the value of what they had done for you. You become unable of appreciating your own contribution to the world and begin to feel worthless. When you fail to recognize the value of what others have given you and you begin to struggle with that feeling of worthlessness. To pursue your destiny and find fulfillment by being already in your destiny and fulfillment, but you are unable to feel it. Because you never let go of your pride, that you are not being helped by anyone else. Without other people, you would not be here on earth. Without the help of other individuals, you wouldn't be seated on that chair. If it weren't for other people, you and I would both be without anything, if it wasn't for you. I thank you very much. That's about it. We end today with the topic of service. Thank you. I'll reveal the secret of shooting masterpieces or making your work a hit in general. Feisty, unique as recorded. How to record something that no one else can then replicate, molecule by molecule. What's the story behind this one? Or songs charted in the top? How did they seem to do that? Or poems, books, works of art? Human energy can never do all of this, because despite his perfection, man is a rudimentary substance. Additionally, while you're attempting to compose a script off the top of your head, create reels based on it, perform a 1-2 dance, or do something according to the script, why does the television program Method lack a script? Because what we're doing with you here is beyond the imagination of any deranged scriptwriter. It's impossible. Technically speaking, you could have a show about rumors, mystery, and investigations with a particular focus on a young actress dressed up as a maid and brought to her knees and such. However, that would seem fake and weird. You know. Imagine what it would look like if we came up with it. As well as when I appear on stage. As you may have noticed, I am delighted to have my friends here, as well as others I meet later. In everyday life, you are familiar with the other person. In other words, the self here and the self in daily life are two distinct individuals who do not interact. Then what is happening here, I can't recall there as Yulia. How to put it? Nuances of the profession. And I mentally recite the line before I get onto the stage and begin working with clients. Please speak on my behalf, my beloved archangels. My beloved archangel angels, Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel. Accompany me in providing the insights that people require at this precise moment. Me, like Yulia, I have no idea what you should say at all, what analogies to use, and so forth. Additionally, through manifestations of free will, we have also captured the lead-in as of right now. Perhaps someone notices. I sit down very slightly, as if I were fully absorbed in myself for 10 to 15 seconds. Say it to myself, turn on and speak, and then they remark, that's it. And that's where it started to get cool. Since Yulia wasn't present, since God is a better creator than man is, and man is not. And there's a great deal of arrogance involved when a man believes he can build something better than God. And when you give yourself over to the process, beauty emerges. However, giving into this process entails becoming fully ignorant. Many people fear that they don't know anything. I'm not sure how. And what if I don't have enough education? And I lacked experience. In other words, people are depending on anything that immediately comes to mind. And as long as you follow through on that, you may, in fact, become more professional through the repetition of certain behaviors. However, when you wish to transcend human limitations, when you wish to extend your reach beyond human resources, human energy is never used when you wish to accomplish something that has never been done before, quickly or in a generally unusual way. A human being is usually lacking in resources and is too weak in this regard. But it's difficult to trust this place at first. What if? What if it hurts? What if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong is a question that completely challenges the existence of the Lord. It's like, Lord, there is more to be done, and it'll be fine. Or when you intervene and say, no, Lord, you're beautiful. This one was created okay. That was beautiful, but my parents' feet, you must have been drunk somewhere when you handed it out. But you could have at least asked me before you give them this shit. So when you announce that something is amiss with your families and your parents' destiny, that they somehow failed to communicate properly, that something went wrong there, that you were wrongfully fired there, or that somehow, in any case, particularly when you use your resources to meddle in the lives and destiny of others. Furthermore, when you answer something like, no, well, you'd better spend your time this way and that way, you're basically saying, God, you ought to have at least asked. You really can't accomplish anything without my help, I would say. And it concludes with drastic differences. Many of you watched the first episode of Method with the broken spine. But that's when it's really bad. Either that, or you're just exhausted and panting, and you give up. But you give up not because this service is, I give up, from a position from below. It's because you're all tired. And then what difference does it make? However, the Lord doesn't care how you are pulled into this service. Whether it was from exhaustion, from failing and rejecting, or via investing all of your resources in it. Alternatively, you give up by fully accepting it. And if your job is to give up every time, more resources will become available to you as you give up deeper and deeper. More and more. Since you cannot contradict the universe using these resources, you are not reshaping it. You are moving into the position of the Creator. However, it's not because you're such an awesome Creator and Lord. Rather, it's because you submit to His will without question, the manner He intended, and you use your hands to assist in making it happen. That's it. And that's when you become beneficial. Beneficial. There is so much to make, so much to give, so much to create, so much to materialize through you. But you have to stop bragging in order to begin creating. And the outcomes there are unprecedented. Unprecedented. It will be said by others, how did you do it? They'll be searching for formula and technology. Right, he got up 3 times and sat down twice. I mean, occasionally I get asked, Yulia, what are your daily rituals? Which ones do you make? People are so drawn to rituals because they believe they can achieve a spiritual relationship with the Lord through them. You may develop discipline, Tell your own narrative, manage your time, and acquire new abilities with the aid of rituals. Still, you're not really getting to the core of the matter. You don't shut down the fight. Continue to go further into harmony. And appreciation is the key to accessing it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's like a mantra. Do you want a miracle mantra for life or meditation? Or, Yulia, is there a cool spell for life? There is. Sounds like the word thank you.